Hello and welcome to another episode of the Roach Koach Podcast, the journey to create the new metal canon. My name is Lorin Kozlowski. With me, as always, the original Roach Rider, Mr. Matt Nas.
Keep it rolling, baby.
Matt, we've got
I
a
gave it a
special.
move.
You gave it a move.
YouTube viewers got to see this move.
You got that move, Matt, and you're doing a move because today is a very special episode. Because we do every episode of the Roach Koach Podcast for our listeners, of course. They're
100%.
listening they want to hear us talk about new metal. They want to hear us talk about these albums. Are they worthy of the new metal canon? They want to know.
I would say that we may have started this as a selfish endeavor,
Mhm.
but over the years, it has become a serving endeavor.
That's right.
That
Yeah.
Not only do we get the joy of doing the show, but
Mhm.
now it feels like we're doing the will of the people.
Absolutely. And we serve a lot of people. We have people that are longtime fans, day one Roach Riders. We have new fans who come in who say to us, hey, you should check something out. But there is a subset of listener that we don't always serve. And that subset is the haters. Today is for you haters because we have been getting this push. We've been doing these albums, I want to say, since the beginning of the year, possibly.
Yeah.
And there has been a low undercurrent, a low push where people will say, this album you did stinks, 0 out of 10. You should have done DevilDriver. Ladies and gentlemen, today is for you because we're doing it. We're doing DevilDriver. DevilDriver by DevilDriver. We're doing it, their self-titled debut. This whole episode is all about it.
Now, let me just say, before we dive in,
Yeah, man.
I'm bummed. We're losing a great bit. We are losing a world-class bit. So I'm sad about that, but I am ecstatic to be diving in to DevilDriver.
Absolutely. And the timing of this, coincidentally, we hope that this will boost the sales of one Des Fafara. As we record this, he did just announce that they had to
Yeah.
postpone and reschedule the upcoming Cold Chamber tour due to Des having a medical emergency. I won't recap everything, but he's doing okay right now. But
Yep.
he did post on his Instagram.
Very candid about it. Kind of laid it all on the table.
Yeah. So, and he did pointed out that this is a postponement, not a cancellation. So if you got them ticks, hold tight. They're planning to come back out on the road and meet you on the stage. Now, I did go through some of the comment sections for the machine shop just to see how people were reacting, see if people were being supportive. For the most part, people are being supportive. Some people are like, hey, I can't make these new dates. How can I get refunds? That makes sense. But one person did say, I can't make the new date. It's on my birthday. And I went, excuse me? Cold Chamber just rescheduled their event to your birthday and now you can't go? Sounds to me like you just got a gift.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, you're an adult. Okay. This isn't like you're 12 and you gotta
Party being thrown for you by your parents.
Exactly. You're an adult now.
What if he is 12?
Still.
Do you ever think of that, Lorin?
You know what? If he's 12, then why does he have a Facebook account? Because as we all know, Facebook is for people older than you and me. So I don't know what a 12-year-old's doing on Facebook. In any event, if your birthday does fall on the day of a rescheduled Cold Chamber concert, you should go if you have those tickets. And if you don't have tickets, you should buy them. Simple as that. So we wish Des well. We hope that he recovers.
Speedy recovery.
And
it looks like they caught something before it got more serious. So that is outstanding.
Absolutely. But let's dive in, Matt, to this band and this album. This album, as we said, it's DevilDriver by DevilDriver. It was released on October 28th, 2003.
That's a come down record.
It's a come down record. This is Dez's follow-up to the initial breakup of Cold Chamber. And I'll just read you a little bit of the info about it. Is basically Dez, they've broken up Cold Chamber. He's out and about. He's hosting barbecues.
Man of the people.
He's hosting barbecues from Orange County to Santa Barbara. And he would jam with musicians that he met at these barbecues, which led to the formation of a band. I love this origin story. I did not know this. And I love this. I love this idea that he's just like, how many brats you want, bro? He's up to. He's what you play. He's like, I'm a bass boy. All right. Sounds good. We should jam it out. What about you? I'm a hamburger. All right. What do you play?
Stick man.
That's right. I'm a stick man. Give me some drums. And that is how DevilDriver was born. Now, I will point out that they were initially called Death Ride. And
Oh, wow.
according to Wikipedia, they had to change their name because there were too many bands with that name. There was a band in Norfolk, Virginia, and a bicycle racing team. And also, Roadrunner Records could not secure the copyright.
Let me just say
Mhm.
that you don't want to be in a band that's also named after a bicycle racing team. I rarely say that things aren't metal, but that feels incredibly unmetal.
Well, I got to say, if I am on a bicycle racing team and our name is Death Ride, that feels
You're
ominous.
metal. You're right.
But it also feels ominous. I'm like,
But then if you find out that there's a bicycle racing team named Death Ride and you name yourself Death Ride anyway,
mhm.
that doesn't feel good.
No, absolutely not. They apparently compiled a list of roughly 200 names to go through. And Dez's wife had a book by Italian witchcraft author Raven Gramassi on Stragaria and came across the term DevilDriver, which refers to bells Italian witches used to drive evil forces away. Dez thought it was appropriate because it sounded evil and thought the term suits his life. And according to Wikipedia, the band's logo is the Cross of Confusion, which has existed for thousands of years.
I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah, it says that it has existed for thousands of years, but Wikipedia says citation needed. Listen, Wikipedia. Thousands of years. Just take it. Just take it, okay? All right. Some stuff isn't online because it's existed for thousands of
Thousands
years.
of years.
1,000 years ago, they could not put it on a hard drive. Okay? It was just out there. It was just in the wind. It might have been the wind. The cross of confusion apparently refers to the idea of question religion, question authority, and question everything around you. And Dez was brought up to question everything and was exposed to Italian witchcraft through his grandparents. I love how my grandparents were like, let's watch some Jeopardy and Wheel of Fortune, and then you go to bed. And we'll let you eat dinner in front of the TV instead of at the kitchen table because that's what grandparents do. And Dez's grandparents were like, question everything.
Sure.
Sure.
I like this little description of the cross of confusion that I found.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly. So already we're starting off on shaky ground.
Love it.
Supposedly an ancient Roman symbol which questioned the validity of Christianity. All right. So this cross, super confused.
Mm.
So confused. It consists of an equal arm solar cross. However, the 4 bars of the cross do not meet at the center. Instead, there is a dot in the middle. The descending bar is replaced by a sickle, giving the appearance of an inverted question mark. Popularized in recent times as a symbol used by the band Blue Oyster Cult.
Oh, no.
I need more cross of confusion and cowbell.
Unbelievable. This album was originally going to be called 13 and then Straight to Hell. Dez claims it was changed for so many reasons that I can't even go into. That is a top tier quote. Sounds like it was given backstage while walking by. Wasn't this supposed to be called something else?
I can't even go into it.
My God, dude, seriously.
Fucking don't.
Listen, it's called DevilDriver by DevilDriver. We'll call the next one something else, all right? We're just getting this out of the way.
Just don't.
Clearly, if it had been called like, from Ashes from the Sky or something like that, you'd be like, okay, they wanted to call it one thing, they went with another thing. The fact that it apparently went through all these other titles and then ended up being a self-titled record meant that somebody was in a meeting for 2 hours and then finally Dez just slammed his fist on the table and went, we'll just self-title it. Okay?
We're done.
We're done
here.
I need to go home. I got to get out. I got to let my dogs out. All right? Ugh.
God, you hire somebody after you give them a bratwurst, and then it's all fucking
Ugh,
name of the album for 2 hours.
Jesus, you think that getting guys in your band off of a barbecue is a bad way to recruit? What?
We'll find out. We'll find out.
Well, I will let you know. First, I'll let you know who's in the band
Please
on this
do.
album. On this album, you have Des Fafara on vocals,
Love that.
Evan Pitts lead guitar,
Boom.
Jeff Kendrick on rhythm guitar,
Kendrick's on the on the rhythm.
John Miller on bass,
Miller. Boom, boom, boom.
and John Becklin on drums.
Double John, no problem.
There you go. Now, you may be asking, so there've been a lot of DevilDriver albums. This is
Seems
correct.
like it.
I believe there's 10 or 9. There's a lot of them. Of that original lineup, the only person who's still in the band is Des.
That tracks.
Basically, Evan Pitts quit after this album. Jeff Kendrick quit in 2015. John Miller quit in 2011. And Backlund quit in 2015 as well. So he has had a gentleman named Mike Spreitzer who has been in the band since Pitts left, and he has been with Des ever since. But his current rhythm guitarist has only been with the band since 2023. And it looks like a gentleman named John Miller came on for bass. Oh, John Miller is back. I stand corrected. John Miller returned after leaving. I'm using this old helpful bar graph. It's funny. You think when they were inventing bar graphs, and they were like, what is this for? What are we going to use this for? Mathematical equations. And it would be so funny to just go and tell the guy who invented the bar graph and go, listen, ultimately, the legacy of the bar graph will be letting us know when band members came and went from a band on Wikipedia. That is the true legacy of the bar graph.
Thank you so much, Tommy Bargraph.
Yeah, Tommy Bargraph, we appreciate your work, and it's going to be really helpful to let me know, when the second guitarist joined Newfound Glory. It's going to be really helpful. The band has described their sound as groove metal and melodic death metal.
Okay.
This album's genre tag is groove metal, but we are doing it on the show because, for one, we do have the connection to Cold Chamber and their new metal roots. But also, we've had a number of people tell us, actually, this album's pretty new. You guys should check it out. We have to talk about the producer on this album. Matt, it's Ross Hogarth.
Whoa, the Hogarth.
Ross Hogarth is here. He is accompanied by Dan Serta, who I don't know. Ross Hogarth, of course, we know from his work with, amongst others, Melissa Etheridge. If you go to his Wikipedia,
Kebmo, Melissa Etheridge.
Yeah. No, if you go to Ross Hogarth's website, because he doesn't have a Wikipedia page, which strikes me as a crime. Some of his featured work includes, let's see here, he worked with Day of the Trial. He worked with Flogging Molly, Derek Smalls. He's worked with DevilDriver a bunch. Worked with Sick Puppies, Fits in the Tantrums, Van Halen, John Mellencamp, Miley Cyrus, Steven Tyler, on and on. Apparently he did some work with Rooney, with Lifehouse, with We Are Scientists.
So and a little band called Grade 8.
Oh, that's right.
He was a producer on Grade 8.
Thank you, Matt. I knew there was another one. I knew he'd done another one for us. So Ross is no stranger
to the show.
Absolutely not. We have covered one of these songs before. It was featured on the Freddy vs. Jason soundtrack. We will get to that. And I'm trying to think. And I have a physical copy of the album, Matt. I have it right here. It is, I gotta say, if you look at this jewel case and you look at these liner notes, you say, this looks very pristine. Lorin, did you get this brand new? No, I did not. I got this used. I got this used from eBay, from, yes,
the Declutter store?
The Declutter store for a sweet $7.
Look at you.
And I have to say that the most interesting revelation from this album is that this catches Des at probably his worst haircut. It looks like he's doing like a down the middle part action here mixed with sideburns. And I feel like the decision here was I have to differentiate my look from my new metal, from my cold chamber time. New band, new look. And I'm glad that he grew it out and went there, because this one is, I just don't understand the choice.
All right, so I'm pulling it up for myself
Mhm.
because I need to see it, because it sounds like you're describing like a Misfits Devil Lock type
It's
situation.
I don't even think it's that much. The other guys in the band have something more like that going on. But Dez, no, he's just got, yeah,
All right,
he's
I'm pulling up
right here.
so I can see it not just through the camera because I can't see. Oh, huh. Yeah, kind of not. Yeah, okay.
Listen, did I have an unfortunate haircut in 2003? You betcha. You betcha. All right. I was still figuring things out. Okay.
Buddy, there was a period of time where I had a Caesar cut. So what are we talking about?
Matt, I'm gonna need you to send me them pics.
Ha!
Need to see that.
Actually, it wasn't too bad. I looked okay with a Caesar, but it's still,
Mhm. Right.
you know,
There's only
ER was a big show,
It
guys.
was. Listen, there were two people that were able to nail it, okay? Julius Caesar and George Clooney. And then everybody else just sort of, the famous it doesn't affect guys as much, but you get, but it's that thing of sometimes a famous person gets a haircut and then a bunch of people try to copy it and it can just run roughshod over everybody. I still think, no one's done more damage to like women than,
The Rachel.
not the Rachel, but what's her name from the New Girl?
Oh,
Zoe
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel and her bangs. Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, bangs are tough.
bangs are tough. Bangs are tough. There are some interesting thank yous in here, but I want to let everybody know that this was done in a size font.
Bangs are tough.
Bangs,
Roach Coach.
bangs are tough, Roach Koach. The thank yous are in such a tiny font, and I cannot tell if I am just getting too old or if this is like one of the tiniest fonts I've ever dealt with. I was squinting at this last night, like I had a light over it, and I was like, man, this is so hard to read. So if there is anything in here, some no thank yous, what have you, from what I could tell, Dez gets real passionate. He's given a lot of like parentheses and nicknames and stuff. Also, he's the only person who says Dez hails. Everyone else is like Evan thanks, John thanks, Jeff thanks. Yeah. So, and there's thanks to witches and stuff. Yeah, Des gets real into it in his thank yous. And so if you have a giant Sherlock Holmes magnifying glass, you will be able to dive into these liner notes and see exactly what they say. And Matt, I don't think I have anything else to say in regards to that. I think
Is it
that,
time?
it's time that people have been wanting to know. And I know you do too. I've spent 2 weeks listening to this album, Matt. You are about to dive in and hear it for the first time. Let's dive into the first song. It's called Nothing's Wrong.
I mean, what's not to like?
Matt, just a couple of guys that got together after a barbecue and said, "Ready to shred?"
You ready to rip this the fuck up?
I wrote in my notes the Dez is going in right away. He's shredding his throat. This band is bringing it all. They're bringing the chug. They're ripping it up, rocking, riffing, screams. What more do you need? A very strong open, but also, I mean, how new metal did that feel to you, Matt?
Not really.
Okay,
That felt a lot more on that verge of hardcore,
okay,
but who am
mhm.
I? Who am I? Just a man.
You're just a man, Matt. Another place where they're just men and women is a website called songmeanings.com.
Our website,
Our
Jenny's website.
Jenny's website. And I want to say we've mentioned this. If you are a listener of the Pact over on our Patreon, patreon.com/Roach Koach Podcast, you will know about this new information that songmeanings.com has once again decided that they've wanted to update their look and redesign their page.
Terrible.
And while they have sleeked things up a bit, they have made a decision that has shaken us. And that decision is that instead of giving us the exact date in which a comment was posted, they have instead changed it to just letting you know how many years ago it was. So it'll tell me
Boo.
exactly. So tell me 15, 20 years ago. Great. I'd love to know that. But was it posted on Christmas Eve? Was it posted the day after Thanksgiving? this is what we need to know. And when we did the episode of The Pact about it, Matt, I felt a little helpless. I was like, I don't know what else to do. But while I was doing notes for DevilDriver and once again noticing that I don't know whether or not these were posted, on the 4th of July or not, I went into support and found that there were a couple different email addresses. And so I did send an email and I said, hey, big fan of the site. Really need those dates. I need to know when people posted specifically their comments, not just 20 years ago. Really need to know when. Is there a way that I can still see this information? Because I need it. We use it on my podcast and I love it. And then I close by saying, truly love the site. Keep it up. Keep it up both. Keep up the work you're doing and also keep up the site. I need it. It's very helpful. So don't worry, you guys. I'm working on it. If you would also like to send an email, you can go into the support section of songmeanings.com and also tell them, hey, we need to know whether or not people are posting comments on Christmas Eve.
Always do.
All right. So we have a comment here. It's from Yisman. It's from 12 years ago. They said the song deals with Aleister Crowley and his Thelma law. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. In other words, you are your own God, and as long as you don't hurt anyone else, you can do whatever you desire. However, this is very misleading because although on the outside it seems this philosophy is peaceful, it actually promotes self destructive behavior and justification for immorality with no consequences for immoral acts. Crowley himself was an avid drug user and sexual pervert. He was also completely anti-Christian, which I feel many music artists uses to justify their anti-Christian messages of rebellion and self-gratification. Black Sabbath, David Bowie, the Beatles, and many others. Basically, DevilDriver is saying there's nothing wrong with doing what you want and saying what you want. Put a vent to your soul, for better or worse. However, this philosophy only leads to strife and degeneration. There is a difference between recognizing one's faults and growing through a life of bettering oneself and embracing one's immorality and glorifying it by calling it liberty. What I get from the lyric, your ways are killing you, is that to DevilDriver, putting yourself second, not giving into your impulses or living solely for yourself is not living at all. When Dead says there's nothing wrong with how I live my life today, he means in today's society it is okay to live any way you please within the bounds of law. However, there is a difference between what is just and what is true. There's a difference between what is right and what is good. Now, this is a very interesting comment. This comment would be even better if I knew that it had been posted on Memorial Day weekend. Okay? I'm just saying.
What a fucking dissertation, man. Like,
truly.
Is this your thesis? Did they just write their doctoral thesis?
It might have been. It might have been. Now, Demon Fox, 19 years ago, said this song is basically saying that your philosophy on life is not wrong, but it's not the one for me, and don't try to push your beliefs on me. So go fuck yourself anyway. Just because I'm not living to your standard doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me. If you can stop trying to make me you, you'll just kill us both. On Punk 86 agreed and said, yeah, I agree. I also just think it's about living your life how you damn well please. Plus, do what thou shall do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law, which was quoted by Aleister Crowley. Just as a cool side note, rock on Des. Now, you then have a comment from Sailing All Alone, who said, correct title, correct lyrics. Which is a classic song meanings. Gotta make sure everything's running okay over here.
We fucking hey, mods, fix it.
Well, then 14 years ago, the True Monster said, why, oh, why has this song's lyrics been submitted 2 times on the same site?
Thumbs down emoji.
Thumbs down. Yeah. So yeah, this song had a music video. It's the band performing in a converted garage, all handheld cameras, very loose and fun. They're scraping those frets. Dez is wailing. It's pretty killer. At one point, it cuts to outside the garage. You can hear them muffled through the door. At another point, the cameraman falls over and they pause the video to ask if he's okay. And then they go back to rocking. It's very fun, very loose. Not what I expected, considering what this song sounded like. And when I listened to it for the past 2 weeks, I was like, well, this music video, and the screenshot is just as rocking. So I think I know what this is going to be like. And instead, it's just like, it literally looks like, hey, nice to meet you guys at this barbecue. Want to go back to my garage and rock? That's literally what it looks like. And it's a very fun vid. Very fun vid. So we're off to a very heavy start. Not a very new metal start, but a very heavy start. Let's dive into, I believe this was the next single. It's called I Could Care Less. Mm-hmm.
I like DevilDriver. I think DevilDriver fucking kicks ass. I think this band ain't fucking around. I think there's a new kid in town, and he's taking no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Also, taking no prisoners, baby.
No, he's carrying nothing with him, neither shit nor prisoners. He's taking none of it with him.
Yeah, this is good stuff right here. This is good stuff. I mean, no notes.
What's funny for me is that when I was listening to it, I was like, I feel like the Dez of it all still gives me like a new metal tinge, but everything else it's really tight. And it's not like Cold Chamber was aimless. They weren't, but they definitely had that more of loosey, like just, the way that, sort of like chuggy, low chug, the tempos are slower. And here he's like, I'm a gallop. I'm moving. We're going real fast. We're not taking a breath, and yeah, we're going in. I love it. I think it rips. Yeah, it's great. Songmeanings.com, Raging Lunatics 20 years ago said, fuck yeah, a badass song. And I was like, okay.
Correct.
Strong start. Lake of Fire said, far more intense than Cold Chamber could have ever been. That's pretty impressive. And I said it that way because I believe that's 10 A's, 4 R's in far. Yeah. Trashed One said 20 years ago, the song is good, but the guitar riff in the beginning do suck, and the lyrics are all right.
Oh, wow. So
I know.
They weren't as sold.
They weren't as sold. Virus 19 years ago said, but I like the beginning riff in the beginning. It's like Serpent's Tongue of COF. It really kicks ass, but lyrics sucks. P.S. There is no heaven or hell. Parentheses Pantera. Okay, getting a little philosophical in there. Look at the real quick. Hey, by the way, no heaven or hell. Just letting you know, Pantera said that. All right, gotta go. Bye.
Also, Pantera was the first.
Yeah, Pantera were the first people to point this out.
Right.
Before that,
John Lennon. That was
John Lennon was just like putting it out there. He was just like,
he was like, imagine.
Consider.
There isn't, but imagine.
Imagine this idea, and everyone's ooh, hadn't thought of that before. And then Pantera roll in 18 years later, I don't know how many years later, and they were like, we're saying definitively, no heaven, no hell.
We've weighed it out in our brains.
We had that's the thing. Dez is in these meetings and they're like, what are we going to call this album? And they're like 2 hours later and Dez is like, it's self-titled, I gotta go. Pantera's having meetings and they're like, is there a heaven or hell, everybody? And they come out after 2 hours and they're like, nope. Vinnie Paul said nope, and I had to go to another meeting. I had to go. So I agreed with him.
Phil Anselmo's asleep.
All right, Phil's asleep. Vinny and Dimebag are united. There isn't one. Rex is like, sure.
Phil Anselmo's like, well, what about St. Elsland's ontological proof for the existence of God? No, you can't. Not now. We've already
decided you can't sleep through the meeting, Phil. It's just not how it works.
All right, but what about the unmoved mover?
We're
not talking Aquinas now.
We're going. We got to go, buddy. We got to go. Erica B, 19 years ago, said, meh, I like it, but see room for improvements. The drumming is awesome, though. Erica B. Oh, sassy. All right.
Erica B.
X Slipknot X90, 19 years ago, said, I think this song is pretty good. Kind of sounds like Disturbed or something at the beginning.
No. Sorry, Eric. No.
I haven't heard. Listen, I've heard a lot of Disturbed albums. Haven't heard that one. Send that one my way. Not familiar.
Yeah, maybe we should do that Disturbed album next.
Yeah, exactly. Sailing All Alone, 19 years ago, said, Dez is fucking great. I don't think you rookies understand him. He makes music. He says what he pleases and does what he pleases. Half his lyrics have no meaning. He enjoys
the other half have all the meaning. What the fuck are we going for?
I love this. Okay. He enjoys screaming R-slur shit into the mic. That's what he does. Need I remind you of the entire first Cold Chamber album, which is great too. And for all of you comparing DevilDriver and Cold Chamber, you can't even begin to compare them. They are two completely different genres of music. That's like comparing COC to Down. for real.
Wow.
This it feels a bit like a clinic. At the same time, this person is out of their mind.
I love COC. We're all thinking corrosion of conformity, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. I just like that they went for it. They're like COC.
I want to mention, I mean, everything is DDCC, CCOC, everything. Yeah. Initially, when I saw Down for a split second, my brain was like, is this an acronym? And then I was like, no, it's the band Down. SM.
Dude, obviously we're not.
You're right. Yeah. SM user 171588825 18 years ago said, damn right. This song's dope. I'm telling you, I already listened to this song about 100 or more times today. LMAO. Just about every word of that is misspelled, capitalization all over the place. I believe this person has listened to this song 100 or more times today. I believe it.
I believe it. I believe it because if you listen to any song 100 times in a day, you are rendered useless.
Yes, true. And you will definitely leave a comment like that on songmeanings.com. Headbanger888, 17 years ago, said two things this could mean. One, Des Fafara doesn't care if he goes to hell. Two, he's not afraid of hell. I'm Christian myself, but I will agree that accepting Christ to get saved is a load of bullshit. What a twist ending there.
Could you, for everybody in the back, could you hit me with those last two sentences again?
Matt, what he says is, I'm a Christian myself, but I will agree that accepting Christ to get saved is a load of bullshit. Listen,
the
Matt,
basis of the faith I'm saying I have.
Matt, what I'm saying is that if I go to church and I want to be saved, don't make me accept Christ. Just save me, because I got other things I got to do. I'm just here to get saved real quick. Just real quick. I'm just here
This
for
reminds me of the quote from the, at the end of senior year, you have those quotes. Ours was, don't lead the way, I might not follow. Don't follow me, I may not lead. Just stand next to me and be my friend. Oh, do you want to die now too? Because that's how I felt when I was like, we didn't vote a different one. God, why didn't we submit a different one? Oh, God. Oh, that's the one, huh? Class of 1995. Great job. We fucking did it. You fucking morons.
Here's what I would say. If you are class of 2025, because now is the time. You're rolling into your senior year. And you're going to be voting on a senior quote very soon. I am going to say that you should submit this one. Damn right, this song's dope. I'm telling you, I already listened to this song about 100 or more times today. LMAO. I'm just saying.
Perfect quote.
Honestly, I think a lot of people would be like, you know what? Refreshing.
Yeah.
What song? Who knows?
Who cares?
Doesn't matter. Senior year, baby.
They figured it out.
Yeah. There was a music video for I Could Care Less. It's the band performing in a Christmas light adorned stone space with a smoke machine blowing, Dez in full frontman motion, lots of good posing and gestures, haircut, sideburns, still terrible, just gotta say it. This is intercut with Dez playing cards against a hooded figure who I think is playing cards for his soul. Dez is very cocky. He's doing a lot of motions. Deal me in. He's tapping his fingers. Come on, let's get this going. Let's get this cards game going. Deal me more. Yeah, hit me again, dealer. But there's lots of sleight of hand magic. Culminates with Dez having fire come out of his hands. And then the hooded figure produces a scroll and a feather for Dez to sign away his soul. I assume. I gotta say, when the scroll appears, Dez doesn't appear to be like, oh no, I've lost this. It's more of, oh cool sleight of hand magic you've done. And then he produces the feather pen, and Dez is, bam, dude, writing that down. So I don't know. Maybe Dez won, and that guy was like, here's your accreditation. Sign this to accreditate that you beat me, the Soul Taker. I don't know. It's not 100% clear, but it's a fun video. I enjoyed both the videos. Everyone appears to be having a really good time rocking and also doing sleight of hand close-up magic. Matt, how are you on close-up magic?
I'm easily duped, so I enjoy a cool sleight of hand, but I don't go out of my way. I'm
You
not,
ever?
I'm not watching Penn and Teller,
Mm-hmm.
fooled us or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Uh, all right. Well, so right now we're 2 for 2. We're 2 for rockers.
These are these are fucking rippers, dude.
Rockers. Okay, so this next song, here's the thing though. A lot of these bands, they give you 2 rockers and then they decide to slow it down. So let's see what happens next. This next song is called Die parentheses and Die Now.
Yep, this sounds like a ballad.
Matt, when this song started on my first listen, which was a car listen, which I will let everybody know, my first listen to this was on my drive home from Slipknot. And I will let you know when this came on, I did cackle because I was like, "Oh,
Oh, we're in it now.
we're in it now." Like this is a band that's not kidding. I'll read you these opening lyrics, Matt. Blood is my life, blood is the road. Every time I have to write another hate song, this is the last great hate song. Scorned is this life, scarred is my soul. Every time I have to write another hate song, this is the last great hate song. Let's get it out. Let's get it straight. I wish you were dead. Wowie wowie. According to what I could find, there are a few people who believe this song is about Dez's at the time breakup with Cold Chamber. That he was just like, I've had it with these guys. We don't get along, and I'm gonna put it all out in this song, and then I'm gonna be done. This is the one song that's about my Cold Chamber experience, and nothing else after that. Other stuff, but I got to get it out on at least one. Matt, how are you feeling?
Dude, this is great. It's great. Like, what are we talking about? This is awesome. These songs rule. I think it's well established. I'm not a big Cold Chamber guy.
You are not.
These are fucking phenomenal. This is really great. I'm happy.
So what you're saying, Matt, is that Dez ditching everybody else, getting firing up the grill and recruiting that way. That's how you get to Matt Naz's heart.
Yeah. Yep.
Matt, are you thinking like you're about to fire up the grill? Get yourself. Are you more of a brats guy or a burger guy?
Great question. Great cue. Let's see if I can nail this for you. I like hamburger. I don't like grilled hamburgers. I love a smash burger. I'll eat a smash burger right now if you put one in front of me. So I am on the grill, much more of a rotten dogs guy. So I'd be like, hey, Des, brought me up. Brought me up good.
Yeah, Matt, I'm a long-time hot dog guy. Love a hot dog. Hot dogs on the grill. Let's go. I've definitely come around on the grilled burger, but it's got to be a cheeseburger,
True.
and it's got to be done just right. If it's too red, then I'm just like, what am I eating here? Salmonella? What's happening here? You gotta. I mean, I don't want it burnt, but I can't have it.
I don't
too
want it solid brown in the middle. I like a medium rare. I like it where I don't feel like I just took a handful of ground ground beef
right.
and I'm eating it.
Yeah.
But if it's brown all the way through, then it feels like this is dry and I hate this.
Right.
I need a little bit of that. I need a little pink in the center there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Dirty.
Dirty.
But if I'm eating a smash burger, they're so thin. I don't
Mhm.
give a shit. Like I don't
Right.
if it's well done or not.
Mhm.
Like that's why I go hot dog on the grill, smash burger in a cast iron pan. Let's do that.
There you go. Songmeetings.com, we do have some comments. Golden Nug 18 years ago said, I think the song is about hating someone. I think you might be onto something.
Think so.
This next one, Matt, you're going to be very excited about it because, first of all, it's quiff porn.
Ah, yes.
Quiff porn is back. They posted this 20 years ago. They said, I can't believe I am the only person to comment on this song. It's awesome. I think the whole song is pretty much explained within the line, this is the last great hate song. I fucking hate Cold Chamber. Their songs are totally, I won't say what word they said, I'll just say totally lame, new metal shite. But Dez surprised me with DevilDriver. Their album is pure heavy metal, so I have to give props to him for that. My faith in him is restored. So Quiff Porn, you've made a fan of them.
Nice.
Maggot Face 20 years ago said, I love this song. It can't be more hate than this, and it has a pretty clear meaning. Cold Chamber is a great band, so shut the fuck up. But DevilDriver is great too, and I would really like to see Des live.
Same.
Very, very adorable. Black Soul 19 years ago says, Oi, to the person with the first, I'm going to read this. I'm going to attempt to do the accent because it's all
I
written.
cannot wait.
Here we go.
Give me a
All right,
spoon.
here we go. All right. Oi, to the person with the first comment, what the fuck are you saying? Saying that Cold Chamber was new metal? New metal wasn't even around when they were. Besides that, Cold Chamber aren't even metal. Get your facts straight before you use them. That utterly infuriates me.
It's falling apart.
When someone calls a good band new metal, it's as bad as someone calling an emo band punk. That pisses me off so much. All right, I'm Matt, you're totally right. I started off at a Jason Statham and I don't even know where I ended up at the end.
Dude, you ended up as yourself. just
but
a little pinched.
It starts off with the oi, and so I was like, maybe
Oi.
But I lost it. I'm not an accent guy. But this person
just
is
this
very
beautiful nasal Midwest accent.
Yeah. But this person is mad at the idea that you're saying Cold Chamber is new metal, which I'm like, I hate to break it to you, they most definitely
They're
are.
new metal, Zeph.
Yeah. Hey, oi, they are. Rusty Hacksaw Project 17 years ago said, it is the last song Des would ever write about his old band Cold Chamber. When they broke up / fell apart, there was a lot of bad blood, and the other 394 if you include the extra bassist. I don't know what they mean. Oh, were jerks to Des. Okay, so everyone was a jerk to Des. Got it. And really pushed crap around they shouldn't have. So Des was pissed as hell, but he decided to be the bigger man and not lament on it for years. He did this and said he wouldn't touch it again. I don't know if that's true, but because I feel like wasn't it when we did like the Cold Chamber reunion album, he was like, I'm gonna write about how much of a pain in the ass it was to make this album.
Yeah.
So okay, well, there you have it. We're 3 for 3. Lots of rippers. People are coming around.
Yeah.
Matt is living the dream. And speaking of dreams, we have our next song. It's called "I Dream I Died." All right, Matt, I think you're going to agree with me that these verses are a little bit new, and I would say I'm not going to give it a full on this motherfucker spitting, but he's definitely doing something.
Love it. I do love it. The first thing that hit me like a ton of bricks is Clutch. I was like, these some clutch ass lyrics right here. I was like, holy Lord, clutch me up. But yeah, DevilDriver, man. It's been sleeping on this band. Very fun. That's a fun one. I was like, are they going to slow it down? Felt like they might slow it down. And it's no, we're straight chugging. We're riffing. We're barking. We're doing it.
Matt, I'm going to give you a little spoiler. DevilDriver does not slow down. DevilDriver does not say we're going to slow it down for a second. Nah, they don't. Having seen DevilDriver live, as we've talked about in our infamous evening, seeing Static X and DevilDriver, yeah, it's all intensity, it's all craziness. And I did look up that set list, and they did 2 songs from this album. They are the song that is coming up after this one, and they also did I Could Care Less. When we talked about, I should forget about it. I won't even mention that. So yeah, this song I wrote in my notes. It's got one of those power stance riffs. You sounds like you're about to go in. We have a crunch and a chug. I wrote "Let's Go" with 10 O's. This motherfucker spitting. Des has still got it. Great song. I love it. So when I went through the lyrics, I was like, oh, this is, he dreams he died. And a lot of people have, worries like, hey, I dreamed I died. I went to heaven.
If I die in a dream, do I die in real life?
You know what? Ronan asked me that very question tonight, and I said, no, go to bed. And I have to say that
no, go to bed.
Go to bed. You don't. But it's very funny that I feel like a lot of songs are like, oh, I see a loved one and what have you, or I have to reflect on the decisions that I made. And if you go into the lyrics of this song, They say, let me look back on some good times for a little fun. Yes, a little fun. And then I heard, damn boy, you done good. Did every little thing that you could. And you did damn good. So basically, he goes to the gates of heaven and they're like, are you Des Fafara? Lead singer of DevilDriver and Gold Chamber? Yeah, that's me. You fucking crushed it, bro. Bring it in.
You did it, bro.
You did it. Head on in. It's killer in there. Free drinks. Yeah, go nuts. I love that. That's hysterical. Let's look back on your life of crushing it. Look at this. Killed it. Crushed it. Nailed it. Head on in, man. No notes. You did it.
No notes.
I love it. Songmeanings.com. This commentary's name, I think, is supposed to be Sirius, except it's spelled with numbers and it's not spelled right, and that's fine. Des, in an interview for metalupdate.com, said, I woke up about 3:30 in the morning, man. I had a fucking dream and I was sweating like a motherfucker. And my wife, Anastasia, she was like, what's going on? I went into my living room and I wrote it. It was like a dream that I died, but I wasn't ready to go. I was like, I got so much more to do. It was at that point that the fears and everything came into what was going on. And so the way that Des puts this is that he had this dream that he had still more work to do, that when he died in his dream, it was like, when you die, we're going to look back that you crushed it, but you still have more crushing to do.
Yeah.
And then he woke up and he wrote this song, and I'm going to say it. Great. For a song inspired by a dream, top tier.
Top tier dream song.
Top tier. Porno Satan said this song owns.
Okay.
And then commented on their own comment and said, the grand owner of songs, I must admit, I came back just to re-stress this fact.
Love it.
In Flames 228 said, first, this song kicks major ass. One of my faves by DevilDriver. Now, what I think the song means. To me, it's about just doing what feels natural to you. And if you keep doing what feels natural to you, then you're ready. You're really not going to end up in hell, and your life will be pretty damn sweet. There really isn't any rules defining how you go to heaven. Pretty much to get to heaven, you have to be yourself and do what is right to you, because what's right to one person might not be right to another. So what Des is saying, if being a complete asshole is right to you, then fucking be an asshole and don't let anyone stop you. In Flames 228. I was with you and I was like, hold on. Wait. I love that one.
Slow down.
Are you In Flames 228?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I noticed that you've just been like a total fucking asshole the whole time.
Yeah, and just being who I am.
Oh shit! You couldn't help it. You were just being real.
It's the only way to heaven, baby.
Well, let me tell you, my name's St. Peter, and real recognize real, baby. Head on in.
There's a party going on.
Oh yeah. All right, perfect.
Perfectly cooked burgers and dogs.
That's right, baby.
Join a band. You'll have a great time.
Absolutely. No, the band's in heaven. Perfect. No bad seats, no bad views, and no one has their phones. There's no phones.
It's perfect.
It's great. Yeah.
It's 1996 in there.
What a year.
What a year.
All right, Matt. Up next, we have Cry for Me Sky, parentheses, Eulogy of the Scorned.
Oh, this one's going to slow it down a little bit.
Matt!
I was like, okay, we're kind of in Rob Zombieberg here. Like, we've definitely got kind of a tried and true industrial-ish, thing going on with this verse. And then he's, you think that's the only fucking trick I got in my bag? You think this is an empty bag? You think this is a reuse? You think I don't have a draw 4 in this Uno hand I've got going on here? Bam! Draw 4. Love being thrown for a loop. Love hearing something that I wasn't expecting. He took like a 6 and he turned it into an 8, almost a 9, I would say. Like really, really good, because I was about to say, this one's kind of mid-album. Like, we're doing good. And then that chorus, well, I guess here's my ticket. You can keep punching it.
Keep punching that ticket, Matt. Yeah, at the beginning, it gave me a little bit of a Godsmacky vibe with the guitars. And I thought, you know what? They got to have one that's for the gains. You got to have one that's for the weight room. And that's what I was getting for this one. But then the chorus happens, and I was like, I don't know if this works in the weight room anymore. I feel like at this point, the weight room would be like, this is a little too intense.
Yeah. I'm trying to do reps, not rip someone's head off.
Yeah. This is going to cause some of my muscles to dislodge from my skeleton. Yeah, there's a get the fuck up part at 3:10. It's pretty wild.
Great stuff.
And I learned some interesting things in the comments on songmeanings.com. First, Quiff Porn back to say, "Cry for Me Sky. This song is awesome. I love DevilDriver because A, they are just really heavy, loud, and cool, and B, they don't seem to be taking themselves too seriously." Okay. All right.
Good things. I like that.
This person's name it's Metallica, but there's spaces. So it's like me, tall, I, ka. Got it. Powerful song. Dez said he saw this as his eulogy played at his funeral. It's about just steamrolling through life and giving everyone a big fuck you as you go. I disagree with Quiff Porn. They are taking themselves very seriously, and I think their power is going to be really coming into fruition as they grow. God, I can't wait for Fury of Our Maker's Hand. God damn, they're fucking awesome. So that was the follow-up record to this one. I do love this idea that Dez is like, this is the eulogy you play when I die. This is the song that you play. And everyone's, are you sure? Play this.
I'm going to be in that casket / urn / whatever. You fucking put this ripper on.
If you don't play this, I'm getting out of the casket and I'm going to push play. And then I'm getting back in.
If it's just me laying in state, I want you to rip my body apart while this song is playing.
All right.
If I'm in an urn, tip that urn up. Dust everywhere.
Dust everybody with
my
it.
Kremen's on you.
Let's see. Then Avarice Will Kill said, so there was a lot of back and forth of whether or not Dez is a Satanist. And people wanted to really get
as you do.
As one does.
Conversation worth having.
Absolutely. And Avarice Will Kill had this as, in response to Dez being a Satanist, I found this quote online from metalupdate.com.
I'm a Satanist, Dez.
Well, here it is. Metal Update. So would you consider yourself a Satanist or an occultist? Dez. I'd consider myself an occultist, but the people that think there is a difference between white magic and black magic are all fooling themselves. There is just magic.
Oh, God, please.
Matt, I know you've been affirmed there's a difference between white magic and black magic.
Yep.
I know it's the same thing as, the dark side of the force, the light side of the force. Yep. Light side, it's all defensive. Dark side, all offensive. That's why all the dark side moves are sick as hell.
And all the light side moves are cure.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Anybody who's played a Final Fantasy game knows there's dark black magic and white magic.
Every Final Fantasy player is listening to this is going, Dez, I have a word for you, sir.
I have a word. Don't give me we're all red mages. I want none of that bullshit. Get the fuck. Nobody played the red. If you are as old as me and you got Final Fantasy 1 and you were like, oh, let's make a really well-balanced team. Red mage, red mage, red mage. You are a crazy person. We all know it's a fighter. You got to have a fighter.
I've never seen Matt so round up before. Oh, my God.
You got to have a black mage. You got to have a white mage. And then you need kind of like your all-arounder. You gotta get who's your duel expert. What are we doing? A red mage? Get out of here. No difference between light and dark magic? What are you? Then fucking try to get a Satanist to cast cure. They're not going to do it. You dickhole. What the fuck are we talking about?
Wow. Well, the person who...
Although I would say that if you're playing tabletop and, like somebody who's like the darkest of evil wizards and they're all of a sudden having to cast cure could be one of the greatest moments in your whole campaign. So that might be exciting. That might be exciting. But even they would know in that moment that there's a difference. They'd be like, yeah, we don't cast cure. We cast necromancy.
My only input on this conversation about Magic and Final Fantasy is that I don't play role playing games because I don't understand fighting in turns. That's me. That's my problem. Up next, we have a song, and it's called "The Mountain."
Do you think Des was feeling a little held back in Cold Chamber? Was there something going on in Cold Chamber where it was like, I'm filled with rage and you guys aren't letting me let it out?
Des, this new song you just submitted, it seems like you're talking about becoming an actual mountain. Yeah, you got a problem with that?
Yeah.
You got a problem with that?
I am a mountain,
I am a
a
mountain.
mountain of pain.
I'm a mountain, and you know what you can't do? You cannot traverse me. You cannot defeat me. I will defeat you. I am a mountain. I am on one with the earth. At first, he says he's a tree, and I was like, okay. And then he's like, I'm a mountain, though.
But I'm also I'm a
I'm
tree
also
on the mountain.
a tree on the mountain. I am all things. I am nature. I'm put together. Asuka, this is one of those riffs where I wrote that. First of all, this is stomping music. You would just be stomping, and whatever that means to you. And you get this riff, and I'm just like, this is the riff that if I'm Des and this riff starts, I just start pointing in directions, just pointing to people like, here it comes,
Yep.
here it comes, you better get ready. And I mean, he's calling out all you outsiders, you haters and liars, your time is just counting, so come meet the mountain. Come meet it and perish, apparently. Let's say it. At this moment, DevilDriver can't miss. Apparently, it's just everything out there is just all hitting. It's all fury. It's funny is that they always say you only get to write your debut album once.
It's true.
And this is an interesting case where Dez appears to have been able to rate his debut album twice. This feels, I mean, vocally, there's a little connection to Cold Chamber, but it's farther and farther away as you get further through the record, and it does feel like this is a new band. This is stage one. This is starting fresh, and the heat is there. And I'm impressed. Matt, I know you're impressed.
Mm-hmm.
Songmeanings.com, Virus said, great song. I love it. I think it's telling that you have to go on even if all crushes. You'll just be stronger with this troubles. You'll be the mountain. Good point. And then Governor Maggot, 16 years ago, said, all you outsiders, you haters and liars, your time is just counting, so come meet the mountain. I think it means to repent for your sins and change yourself for the better. Come meet the mountain might mean God, because you don't know how much more time you have. I love that Governor Maggot was like, best get to praying. This is Governor Maggot talking, and let's get to praying.
I'm ruling the people. Now, you know what would be the ultimate twist?
Mm-hmm.
This is all about the mountain from Game of Thrones.
Wow. That would be wild. That would be wild. Yeah.
1996, Game of Thrones is written.
It's written.
Des, avid reader.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
The mountain. Gregor, what was it? Clegane? What is it?
Clegane. I think it was Clegane.
Clegane. Yeah, because they were all excited about Clegane Bowl.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm somebody who's a bit of a Game of Thrones final seasons apologist. Like, I had a pretty good time all the way through the end, and
I wanted to have a better time.
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is the tonal shift that they took. I love that we've just switched hard into Thrones talk. The tonal shift that they took at the end of the second to last season was like, we gotta land this plane, we gotta wrap this up. And honestly, if it would have ended with the Battle of the Bastards, there's a part of me that like, I'm satisfied. You know what I mean? But then they were like, no, we gotta do another season. And it was like the payoffs when it was like what you were imagining versus what happened was just like, oh yeah, this is a bummer.
I would say the thing that I've thought of in retrospect is that the show was so caught up early on in just smoking people when you least expected it, giving you a character to love, and then just killing them hardcore right in front of you in the worst way possible.
Yep.
And then they kind of just stopped doing that. They were like, well, no, like there were a million parts where I thought, oh, well, this is going to be it for this guy. And they're like, well, no, we want to keep him around. And I I guess at a certain point I was like, nah, they should have killed more people. Like by the end of it, there were a lot of people that made it to the finale and survived the finale. And I'm like, you could have done a little bit more. You could have done a little bit more. And I do believe that the reason that people are so amped for House of the Dragon is because a lot of people were left unsatisfied by the finale. And so they're like, give me more. I think if the finale had hit better, had been something that people had really, really liked, and they'd walked out, yeah, you nailed it. I don't think there
Yeah.
would be as much. And I think you would be left with, because I think about, I mean, I feel like most people enjoyed the Breaking Bad finale, and
I
then when they
loved
were
it.
like,
Yes.
yeah, and when they did Better Call Saul, everyone was like, "No, we're pretty much we're good." Now Better Call Saul, incredible. In
Right.
some ways better than Breaking Bad, but most people didn't check it out. They were like, "We're all set." But people, or maybe
Well,
just,
that's how I feel about House of the Dragon. I am on the all set,
oh, I am
and I
very
feel
all
like
set.
I'm very much
Yeah.
in the minority there, which
Mhm,
is fine.
mhm.
I think it just is one of those things where it's like your brain makes an ending, and then you see the ending, and you're like, that's not what I thought. That's not what
Mhm.
I thought was going to happen. And I mean,
Right,
it's the curse of success, right?
right.
Like you think you understand it, but it was just like I guess they introduced fast travel into this season because
Ooh, they sure did.
I was
People
like,
were it used to take forever to get anywhere, and then at the end, it was like, "Don't worry, we got a dragon. We can get there in 10 minutes. Don't
10
worry about
minutes
it.
of
10
dragon
minutes.
time is
Dragon.
very fast.
Very fast. Very, very fast." Anyway,
Good song.
Mountain Good song, we love it. DevilDriver, we also love them. Up next, a song, it's called Knee Deep.
All right. Can't listen to all of it.
Matt, when I saw a song called Knee Deep, I was like, knee deep in what? And I love that it was knee deep in shit.
Of course.
Incredible payoff there. Talk about like seeing something in your head, and then it's a weird thing to hope for, but I was like, I really hope this song's about being knee deep in shit. And it is. The lyric is literally knee deep in the shit, all together in the pit, all forever in the shit for this. And you know, people have different thoughts on what it could mean. And the way I kind of took it to be is Dez is in this music industry. Okay. And as some people pointed out earlier, he's just making music. All right. He's not making things to be famous. He's just getting his feelings out there, his message out there. And sometimes you've got to be in the shit of the music industry to deal with it, but you have to be okay with it. You have to be okay with the smells and sounds that you're going to experience, the things you're going to be stepping in. You just have to deal with it. And if you're not built for it, you're going to get swallowed up, and that's going to be it for you. I'm never going to see you again. And Dez is saying, I'm in it. I'm in it, and I don't care. This is where I live. I'm knee deep in it. Let's go. Let's go. Are you built for it? Are you?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. You can't stand the smell. You can't spell the heat. Can't stand the heat. Can't take it.
And you can't spell the heat.
You can't spell the heat either. Songmeanings.com. Quiff Porn said this is probably a good song to headbutt pieces of wood to if you enjoy doing that kind of thing.
Solid work.
Knee deep in the shit. I love the way he says that. Me too, Quiff Porn. I don't know if this is a good song to headbutt pieces of wood to, but I don't enjoy doing that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's not
Perhaps
my
if you
thing.
do. Not my thing. If you are someone that does enjoy doing that,
Let us know
yeah,
at Roach Koach Podcast at gmail.com.
let us know if this is perfect for that type of activity. Siwa said, to me, this song is talking about how shit happens. No matter what, you got to keep on pushing through because what doesn't kill you only makes you stronger. I believe that that is two different things. Shit happens, and what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Two different things. Okay.
Very much so.
All right. And I think when you say shit happens, it's just up, up, something bad happened. Got to keep
Hey,
going.
shit happens.
Shit happens. But what doesn't kill me makes me stronger. That's a bit more intense. And also, that is a Kelly Clarkson song. Okay. Very different. Do I hope that Kelly Clarkson covers Knee Deep on her show one day? Would love that.
Please. Can you imagine? We're back from commercial break.
Mhm,
And, DevilDriver's catalog is something I've celebrated my whole career.
mhm.
And performing Knee Deep, it's me. I will say that I love what's happening here. I love this DevilDriver world that we're in.
Mhm.
I'm enjoying it. We are a little barky. We got a style. We're sticking
Mhm.
with it. I'm here. Tickets fucking punched. I'm on the ride.
Right.
But if someone were to tell me
Yeah, man.
that they didn't like DevilDriver, and I said, how come? And if they go, because it sounds like all he is doing is barking at me, I don't have a strong rebuttal, Lorin.
I think the rebuttal is that you could hit them with a couple different things, Matt. One, you could say that they're not built for this shit, that we're knee deep in it.
Oh, that's true.
One, the other one you get him with is I'm a tree, I'm a mountain, and you cannot surpass this. You can ask them, are you an outsider? Are you a hater? Are you a liar? That might be your problem right there. This might need to do get yourself a mirror real quick. Get some reflection going on. I wanted to hit you with two more comments, Matt. Gobbs said, this is personally one of my favorite songs ever. My bro, who is a DJ and hosts an internet station, dedicated this to me the first time I ever heard it. And it was fucking insane. To me, this song means just going into a nasty pit with your boys and sticking it through all the way to the end. And even if you take a beating, you keep on pushing and growing from it. I'm sure we've all been to shows where we look at a group of guys who own the pit. To me, this is the song that drives those people to be lords of the pit for that night. You leave the pit with fractured ankle, black eye, sore ribs. You know it was a good night. Smiley face emoji. I don't know if leaving with a fractured ankle is good.
No,
No.
because that's going to impact me for months.
That's going to be really bad. That's going to
That's
take
a lot
me
of rehab. You know what I
dude.
don't want to do after I see a band? Enter rehab.
Absolutely. Yeah. I don't need to go. Yeah. I don't need to schedule, morning physical therapy. I don't need that yet. But I'm glad that you enjoy this song very much, Gobbs. And finally, KD, which you can only assume to be Kevin Durant, said, knee deep in the shit. It might be referring to one of the planes of hell, the one that's full of shit.
I mean, they did read Dante's Inferno.
In Dante's Inferno, they go through and they're going through all the different levels of hell. And then they go to this one, and it's really brief because a lot of the other ones they have to explain the tortures, they have to say this is what happens to your body. And then for that level, they just open a door. The smell hits you immediately, and your guide, whoever it is, a demon, whatever, will turn to you and go, this level's just full of shit. Is there any? It's just full of shit, dude. What do you? There's nothing. We're
Look,
done.
man, I'd love to candy coat it. This is the shit level.
It's just full of shit. I mean, it sucks, right? Like I'm smelling. And there's the thing. I'm the tour guide. I get smells every day, but I don't like to go in there. It's just it's just a full. Just poke your head in real quick. You see shit as far as the eye can see. It's just it's just full of shit. It's honestly our least interesting level. Not much goes on in there because it's just full of shit. I don't know what else to tell you. Moving on.
Level 8.
Level 8. This is the spikes level. I got a lot to say about this room. All right. Up next, we have the song, What Does It Take to Be a Man? We talked a long time ago, about how Dez is our new metal dad. And that is back in full force here as he tells us the tale of his parents and how they had to work very hard to support the family. And this question of what does it take to be a man? The answer here is get a job. That is the answer here. This is Dez saying to everybody who's, I don't know what to do. Dez is like, hey, LinkedIn.com. Post up your resume, bro. That's what Dez is saying here. And there was only one exchange on songmeanings.com that I very much enjoyed. It was from Dalen Quint, who said, I'm unemployed and offended. And that was posted 17 years ago. And then 14 years ago, in fucking sane 666 replied to it and said, get a job then. So
you want purpose? Work.
Get a job. All right. Get yourself a 9-to-5. Get some benefits. All right. Get yourself in there. That's what it takes. Yeah, I honestly, when I saw that, I was like, was this going to be about having grit, having whatever? And this one's literally, no, you just need to go out into the job market and get yourself a job. And that's what it is. I was like, okay, all right. A little unexpected, but okay. Sure. It's nonstop ripping though, regardless of how you feel about the message. Yeah.
Ripping.
It's ripping. I guess what feels a little unusual about this is that we are so used to songs, we do something like Cottonmouth Kings where it's like all I want to do is sit around all day, do bong
Smoke
rips, what
that
have
weed,
you.
yeah.
Exactly. And a lot of people are just like, hey, get off my back. And Dez is literally, I'm on your back. Get out there. All right. Here. I put it on resume paper. Go pound the pavement. All right. I know they're hiring down the street. That's the vibe. Giving me my dad in late 90s going, I heard this place is hiring. I don't want to work there. Get out there. So yeah, once again, Des, our new metal dad, telling us to hit up indeed.com and see what's posted.
So for everybody playing at home, the level of hell where the poop is
Oh,
the 8th level of hell, also
okay.
known as the fraudulent layer, which is reserved for pimps and seducers, flatterers, false prophets are in there, thieves, hypocrites. So basically the people who lead other people astray are in this level, and in particular the flatterers, which are sycophant, are the ones that basically are encased in shit.
You know what?
Dante was on one, bro.
Dante had heard enough sycophants, and he was like, you know where I hope you go?
The second to lowest level of hell.
I hope you're encased in shit after you die. That's what I hope. And the thing about it is that really the experience with sycophants most of the time is just people being like, yeah, Eminem, these are great beats. These are great, and Dante just being like, everybody who told Eminem Marshall Mathers 2 was good, that those beats were good, I hope you're encased in shit.
I hope you eat as much shit as you spit in your life.
Oh my God. Everybody who told you that Houdini was a good song, I hope you're encased in shit. That is actually also I take that stance as well. I do take that stance as well.
You're a hard line. Eminem needs better beats guy. I appreciate it.
Matt, I gotta tell you, if Eminem did the same rapidy ass rapping that he was doing and they were over good beats, I would let so much shit slide. And yeah, but I can't
But he
sanction
doesn't. He still kind of wants that same carnival ass bullshit.
the worst. And you know what? Honestly, the worst thing for me was that when that Houdini song came out, I watched the video, put myself through it, and I was like, this is the worst shit I've ever heard. Can't wait for this to flop. And I saw so many people online going, oh, hey, pretty good. This reminds me of when I was in high school. And I was like, how dare you? What is wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
Go back and listen to FAC. God, that song sucks.
Ugh, my God. Terrible. Anyway, we're off track, but thank you, Matt, for finding that out. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You want to just move on?
Let's just move on.com. Absolutely. To Swinging the Dead.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
So we had talked about this song on the Freddy vs. Jason episode.
Oh.
This was on the soundtrack. I went back just to check to see what we said about it. At the time, we all loved it and thought I said it was sick as fuck, and we all liked it. And that was basically all we had to say about it. I incorrectly said that they played it live. When I checked the set list, they did not. But sorry, my mistake. In any event, yeah, I stand by that. I still think it's sick as fuck. I still think it's great. Matt?
So I was thinking here, I was like, you know what DevilDriver is not trying to do? Broaden their audience.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Dare I say, they're stroking the pole. Like, these guys are like all crushers all the time.
Matt, you will love the comments and song meanings for this song. First of all, Quiff Porn says that this song is so funky and that it sounds like Dez tipping his hat to the Misfits. Okay, take your word for it on that one. Porno Satan says this is the song that got him into DevilDriver. Then things get interesting. Crucifier said there is a reason it has a bounce to it. It isn't about jamming to old school rock and roll or keeping the music alive. When bands talk about having bodies being pushed around or dropped, it's about moshing. See Bodies, Drowning Pool. The reason this song has so much bounce to it is because it was obviously made for the moshers. Okay.
I'm gonna say that it's difficult to argue with that.
Yeah. Sailing All Alone also said, I'm not exactly sure what this song means, but I know it was the first DevilDriver song that really stuck in my head. Maybe because I'm a mosher. All DevilDriver's songs on the first album are great moshing songs.
Okay.
All right. I agree with that. Yeah. And maybe that's what it is. This is for the moshers. This is for the people getting in the pit. The pit has been evoked in these comments multiple times. Some people say that they're only happy in the pit if they're suffering bodily injury, which to each their own. Okay. So yeah, so for this one, they're basically people are just interpreting this song as this is about getting in the pit. And yeah. I mean, hopefully nobody's dead in the pit, but
That'd be a real bummer.
that'd be a bummer pit. I don't. It's still sick as fuck. We still enjoy this song. Great work.
A little breaking the law there, but I mean, come on, steal from the best. What are we talking about?
Absolutely.
All right.
All right. Up next, Matt, we have Revelation Machine.
Revelation Machine. Revelation Machine.
I'm pulling it back.
All right, Matt. Yeah. If you go to 125, Matt, you have the part. It's the join me part where he says, join me now, insane. Fuck. Join me now, insane. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right. Well, we only had 2 seconds to get to that part.
Oh, did we? Okay.
All right.
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Pretty good.
Again, if I'm in, tickets punched. This is fucking great. I love this. If you were to be like, sounds a little bit like Rob Zombie, it's a feature, not a bug at this point.
It's right. And Matt, we're track 10. And he's still doing this rising wave of metal about to crash down on top of you. I have no complaints. This is what I want. I want, sometimes you get an album and you're like, there's a couple snoozers, couple stinkers.
No.
And Des and the boys here, they were like, listen, when you're at a barbecue, you've got the radio on. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You've got a playlist going.
Yep.
You don't have any duds because it's all going to be. Yeah. And if it's a summer barbecue, you're generally going to have it on. If you have it on the radio, they're only playing hits. They're only playing the best of the best. So if you're coming out of not even the best of the best, just the songs that people want to hear the most. So if you're getting a group of guys together and the basis was a barbecue, everyone's going to come in there from that barbecue vibe of all we can give is rippers. All we can give is bangers. All we can give is songs for the pit to get people amped. We're not going to give any sort of dud mid-album tracks, late album tracks. It's got to just hit, and then we're out. And so far, so good.
Yeah. All killer, no filler.
Absolutely.
Pedal to the metal.
Mm-hmm. Songmeanings.com, Minion Varchild came in and said, really, really good song. Really shows what DevilDriver has in store for us with their talent and musical ability. One of my favorites from this album, personally. Thank you, Minion. Satan Hater said, great song. Makes me think of hell, like the demons weren't bought by God and they're talking about humans. They'll be gone long after time. For someone who's a Satan hater, interesting that you keep thinking about hell a lot. Just saying.
Well, yeah. Mm-hmm. You have to do your research.
You gotta. That's true. You gotta. And Bast 1981 said, it means they will never sell out. They make music for making music, not for money.
Is that what that's about? Interesting.
Okay.
Follow me when you're
I mean, I guess when you have a fuck you chant, everyone's going to take that as be like, this person ain't looking to make any money. They seem a little antisocial. You don't make any money that way.
This guy seems not to give a shit about societal norms. This guy seems to be quote unquote on one.
I will say he's definitely out on another level. He's got to be careful. He's not going to make any money if he's just making music to make music. And then he's like, join me in saying fuck. Join me in saying you.
Join me in saying fuck you.
No.
And you'll never believe it, but that seems to be a pretty popular sentiment.
Yeah.
That's kind of money in the bank. Yeah. That is the language of misspent youth.
Yeah, it sure is. Yeah, people are definitely like, I actually will give you money for that.
Oh, yeah, this job fucking sucks. So, yep. I mean, I'm doing it because I want to be a man, but also I don't feel like I could say fuck you with.
Yeah, absolutely. Matt, we only have a couple left.
I know, and I'm looking at it. I'm looking at you, and I'm saying, how respectful of our time is this album?
Matt, this album clocks in at 41 minutes and 13 seconds.
Cool breeze. This thing rips right through.
I will
over
say,
before it begins on your listens.
Yeah, it is. You're just going through and just you're getting steamrolled, and then you're like, oh, that's it. Peel me off the ground and hit play again. All right, up next we have Meet the Wretched. Hey, Matt.
Hey, buddy.
You seem like a little down, little under the weather, buddy. You just been sitting around the house.
Yeah, a little bit.
Well, it's time to get your ass up because we got to get out of the house to meet the wretched.
But I don't want to meet the wretched.
Just get out, get your shoes on. We're going to meet the wretched immediately. I love this song. Let's go downtown and take a drink. We're taking shit from no one. We're going out to meet the wretched. Incredible. A song about getting out there and I guess stomping mud holes. I don't know, man. He's getting wild. We're going to meet. I love it. We're not going to go out and meet the people. We're not going to go out and find some fun. We're going to go out and meet the wretched. Let's go out for drinks and meet the worst people in the world.
People who are just like you and me.
We're all scum. Let's go meet some more scum. Yeah. Let's be honest, you guys. This song's great. Just like the 10 songs before it. Apparently, this is a feature of DevilDriver. Is there just a bunch of great songs? Some about a work ethic and some about going to meet total scum and hanging out. And I love it. These are men of the people. Of course they are. They met at a barbecue. And I mean, this is a bit of a new metal dad thing and hey, get out of the house. But then also with that twist of like, let's get out of the house to cause some havoc and meet the worst people in the world. I love it.
Worst people in the world.
The wretched. Let's go meet the wretched. Songmeanings.com. Demon Fox said this song is about getting out of your house and doing something, getting drunk or high, whatever you want. Sounds about right. In fucking sane 666 said I love DevilDriver, but it's a little repetitive for my liking. Sorry, DD, you motherfuckers rule the pit. Okay.
I mean, feature, not bug.
Yeah, I'm like, this is what you want. This is once again, I want the repetitiveness. When I was listening to this, I never thought like I want them to do something different. This is what they're doing is great. You want them to keep doing this.
Yeah, I kind of have a feeling like, you know, they rip through 12 songs of this style and I'm never fatigued by it. I would think if they changed their styles, honestly, I would be like, I didn't need that one. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
It is a little samey, but I get into it and I'm like, I really don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I really don't fucking care. It's like, how's the weather? Nice weather we're having. It's tried and true. You know, like you're gonna be. Yeah. You're not really going out on a limb when you're going with the classics. It's like,
right? Yeah.
Give me fucking rippers. Don't overstay your welcome. You're in the CD changer for a long time.
I gotta tell you, this is basically an album. How about a week where it never gets warmer than 74? Okay.
Oh, I'm in.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, this is getting old.
I'm gonna get a little tired of all these 74-degree days. Well, go fuck yourself.
Don't fucking live in the Midwest.
Right. Yeah. Believe it or not, we're on the last song.
Cooking.
And it's called Devil's Son.
Of course it is.
I wrote in my notes, we're stomping out the door. I wrote the lyric, the devil's sun has just begun to shine, to shine, to shine. I mean, this is how you take us out the door. You give us a little bit more. I mean, their name is DevilDriver. Give us a song called Devil's Sun. Just makes sense. He's saying that, this is the one. It's my time to shine. This really feels at the end of this, we're finishing album 1. We just hit you with 12 crushers.
12 fucking
12 crushers
bro.
in a row. And we're only getting started, baby. See ya soon. Out the door. 41 minutes, 13 seconds. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Matt, how'd you feel about that one?
I mean, I don't it's well established at this point. We're not really breaking new ground, but they're keeping the intensity. They're going through. I do a drive with this. Man, I probably got there 15, 20 minutes early.
Let me tell you, I got out of the Slipknot parking lot a lot faster than it took me to get in there listening to this album. So I'll tell you that much. And finally, songmeanings.com. We had a few comments. Lake of Fire said, I love this song. Fuck. I love all the songs on this album. At first, it was kind of weird to hear Dez on vocals because I was so used to him being with Coal Chamber. The same feeling I felt when Phil Anselmo had straight up ditched Pantera. Oh well, Dez was right on 2 things. DevilDriver is better than Coal Chamber by far, and DevilDriver has more insane pits than Coal Chamber did. And everyone basically agreed. Trashed One said right on. Porno Satan came back, and you may recall Porno Satan earlier had come in to talk about how a certain song had owned. And they said, this song owns also, but not as much as I Dreamed I Died. So
I appreciate the clarification.
Thank you so much, Porno Satan, for that. And then Unreal Emotion said, wow, what a song. I don't know what it means, but it definitely beats Stained.
I mean, come on, that's kicking a dog while it's down.
Yeah, it was like it's got him, but also sure, yeah. Stained would not disagree with that either. Stained's like, this isn't even what we do. This isn't even what we do.
This is like way heavier than the dumb Backstreet Boys. It's like, yeah.
I like to hear Maroon 5 try to copy this. They couldn't touch it.
Fuck off. Okay. All right, you got them. Oh, this is way better than that crooning bullshit from Frank Sinatra.
Let me tell you, Rick Astley can't touch this, man. This is way heavier than him. Way heavier.
I'd really love to see Christopher Cross try to do this.
You know what, Duncan Sheik, you're not the heaviest band I've heard anymore.
Move over, Hall & Oates. There's a new heavy band in town.
You know, I've been listening to a lot of heavy music lately.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been listening to a lot of heavy bands. I know you want me to list them right now. I've been listening to Tears for Fears.
Yep.
I've been listening to, you mentioned it, Hall & Oates.
Brute.
I've been listening to Little Lionel Richie, just the heaviest guys you
all
know.
Night long.
Yeah, all night long. Like dancing on the ceiling, that's scientifically impossible, yet he's doing it. Heaviest motherfucker around, all right?
So now heavy, he's light.
Yeah, it's exactly. But now,
here we are.
Here I'm here. DevilDriver wipes the floor with all those people. Way heavier. Way.
Yeah, not really the one-to-one that you're looking for here.
Not really the one-to-one, but I appeal it. I appreciate it. Unreal Emotion. And Matt, that's the album. That's DevilDriver by DevilDriver.
It's time for Canon Talk.
Talk about the canon. Matt, we'll start with you.
You know what, buddy? I will say this. What a fucking delight. 10 out of 10, no notes. But is it new metal? No. Not its fault. This thing's doing the damn work. And this thing works out for a living. This thing is max reps all the time. What a fucking banger, start to finish. But I don't think this is very new metal. I think this just feels different than that. I don't think there's some of the fundamentals of it. It doesn't have, and that's okay. If I were DevilDriver, I wouldn't be impacted by that decision at all.
Yeah, man, I agree with you. I on my initial listens, the des of it all made me think, oh, this is kind of a little, there's a couple songs where you sort of like scatting a little bit, but as my listens, compounded, I was like, no, it's not. It's the groove metal label is very accurate. It's the next step. He stepped away. You can definitely tell that it's not new metal anymore, and that's okay because whatever it is they are doing, they're nailing it. Because this is a true 10 out of 10 knocked out of the park situation.
Yeah.
Great album, great band. And
I loved it.
I loved it as well. The lesson learned, if you're having a barbecue, look around, see who's there.
Don't be afraid to make new friends.
Yeah.
You just might make a new band.
You just might. Yeah. And if you don't find any there, then get out of the house and go to town and meet the Wretched.
Get with the Wretched.
Get with the Wretched. So thank you all of the haters who pushed us to do this album. You were right. Score 1 for the haters. You're not going to have to find a new album to tell us to do now. So get digging. And that does bring us to the end of another episode of Roach Koach. Thank you so much for listening. Keep on saying hello to us online. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. We're on all of those. Send us an email, roachkoachpodcast@gmail.com. Of course, you can listen to every episode of Roach Koach at roachkoach.com, coach with a K. And head on over to the Patreon, patreon.com/roachkoachpodcast. You can join up, support the show, and also take part in our special Patreon only series, The Pact, currently ongoing, and it's a whole lot of fun.
I love it.
And yeah, I love it as well. And until next time, Matt, thank you.
Lorin, thank you.
Roach
Riders and Indigo Angels
and the Wretched.
Fuck you. Thank you.
Bye.
Roach Koach
Podcast.
hot all day, every day. It's the Roach Koach
Podcast.
all day, every day.